Nim Pseudo, thank you for the 12 months, says, hey Carl, glad I caught the stream. Any advice for someone going off to college soon? do try a lot of different things because you never know what you're gonna like until you try them. But by try things, I don't mean drugs. I mean like classes and internships and shit. Dude, I hated college for like, well, okay, I'll take that back. I hated all of the bullshit that you had to do in high school, and I liked how there was less of that. No drugs, where's the fun in that? I liked how there was less of that in college, but there's still like so much bullshit and so many bad teachers, and like I've ranted about this 900 times in the past, but I hate how, at least in the US, our education system is like, hey, take these classes, take these like history classes, English classes, business classes, and science classes, and all of that shit is nothing like what you will actually do in a real job. Unless your job is like being a teacher or something, then maybe, but even then, it's still not really, to be honest. So it's like, how do you know how do you know what you like? How do you know what to do with your life? How do you know what it is, what field you want to get into, what you want to actually do, when what you're doing isn't what you will be doing?
11-year-old Rain Alston was always an honor roll student until the school system implemented Common Core standards 2 years ago. Now Rain is struggling to pass 6th grade math at Clark Magnet School.
When someone doesn't get it a certain way, they tell another student to go help them. Well, what if the student does it the teacher's way? That doesn't help, because they're doing it the same way that you don't understand it.
Lee Austin says the frustrating math has left her child in tears some nights.
The one night it took 5 hours to do 8 math problems. The following night, we were at a loss.
Education should be welcoming. It should be something where they're trying to, a good teacher gets your kid excited about reasoning and algebra and this kind of stuff. They get them excited and they pull them in. But the way these tests are written, which rule the whole education system now, because every year they're pounded with preparation for these tests. So there's not even time to think about anything else. And these questions and the way that they're written repel kids from that kind of reasoning. It does the opposite of what it's meant to do.
And this amount of testing can take a toll.
Teachers have reported kids throwing up, kids crying, especially the younger ones. And it's the pressure.
That's true. In fact, this happens so much that official instructions for test administrators specify what to do if a student vomits on his or her test booklet.
Get 10 points just for writing your name, right?
Oh my gosh, I never handwrite anything. I type everything. It's gonna take forever.
Most of this is just guesswork. One.
Base 10 model of the number, no idea.
I don't know some of these terms.
Expanded form versus standard form. I didn't realize numbers had those.
Do actual third graders do this and get graded on this?
I don't know.
Could someone please explain me what a base 10 model of the number is?
Now this is a slide that the TED Talk coaches tell you not to put in your presentation, because it's too busy. It's a whirling vortex of information, a cyclone, but you know what? Teachers and schools are supposed to be offering this every day. Preschool, high school, college. Cultural and global awareness, creativity, entrepreneurship. We're supposed to be helping our students become and believe they can be entrepreneurs. Now, when I was in school, it was the 3 R's. Reading, writing, arithmetic. And if I could sew a pillowcase and home ec, which I couldn't, but my friend did, dress out for PE, you were doing pretty well. Things have changed. Schools need to be offering the opportunity to practice this and develop it. You don't teach it. You have to live it and do it without fear of failure.
And I think this is what our education system has done. Over just these 5 to 6 years in the education system, these creative children have turned into these teenagers that are unwilling to think outside of the box. So let's go back to that secret I was talking about. How is it possible that school is making kids less intelligent? The fact is, there is so much more than just one type of intelligence. And while school can make you more academically intelligent, it can teach you physics, algebra, calculus, It is diminishing the children's creative intelligence. It is teaching them to think a certain way, to go down a certain path in life. It is telling them, go to high school, get a diploma. Go to a good college, find a stable job. And if you don't do that, you won't be successful.
So it's just, the whole system, I think, is garbage. The way that the entire education system works is garbage, and I don't know how to fix it, so I don't know what advice to give you other than if you go in knowing that, maybe that can help.